A lot of you don't know this about me, but I was actually supposed to be in Brazil for Carnival right about now, so let me do a little story time and fill you in on why I cancelled my trip to Brazil and do a Carnival-inspired nail design at the same time. So about a month ago, I started dating this Brazilian man who invited me on a trip to Brazil with him to Carnival. But when I tell you the amount of red flags that was screaming in my face to sit this trip out. First red flag, why are you inviting me on this trip to Brazil with you when we've only been dating for a few weeks? Second red flag, since he originally was going by himself, he only booked the hotel room for one, but when I joined the trip, it was difficult for him to switch it to a booking for two, and he told me we should just fix the problem once we're there, so there's no record of me actually staying in a foreign country. Third red flag, he never sat down to plan an itinerary with me. There were no shops, restaurants, museums for us to go to. It was all Carnival. What are we supposed to do? Just be out in the streets 24/7? Fourth red flag, and where it gets a little interesting. So on our layover going back to the States, he wanted to exit the airport with all of our belongings to go meet up with his uncle that I've never met before in my entire life, so his uncle can take us around town and show us around or whatever. I was like, where do we put our stuff? We're carrying everything with us. He said his uncle's house. I don't know the man, I don't trust him. And instead of empathizing with me about my safety, he started an argument with me about how I'm accusing his uncle of being a thief. Girl, the only thing I'm scared of your uncle taking from me is my life. I could go on and on about all the red flags, but the final nail in the coffin for me was him breaking up with me a few days before Valentine's Day and ignoring me a whole week before our trip to only text me a day before the trip to ask if I was still going or not. Who in their right mind would go on a trip with someone that doesn't care about them? Anyways, I've always wanted to go to Brazil. Maybe I'll experience Carnival next year, who knows? But for now, I hope this nail design brought some beauty out of a situation that could have gotten ugly real quick.